Hey guys, what's going on? It's Kevin here, and welcome back to another World of Tanks replay. Today's replay is of the T-22 SR, and I know it's not pronounced SR, but I don't know how to pronounce that properly, so instead of sounding like an idiot, because I do terrible pronunciations anyways, and I don't even know which one this is for right now, I'm just going to call it the T-22 SR. Somebody can correct me in the comments if they want to, because I'm sure somebody will. But this is the Tier 10 Russian medium. This is a brand new tank. I actually don't think it's even out yet for the public. As you can see in the top left hand corner, it's under a Wargaming account. The uploader's name is MisterCro, I believe, so this is all his gameplay. This is under a Wargaming account, like I said, so it's not out yet, I don't believe. But this and like another tank is coming out. There's a tier 10 German tank, I think, that's coming out. Not tier 10 German tank. It's a German tank based off the E100 chassis, I believe. And I believe there's another American tank coming out. There was like three of them, including this one. So I won't get into that, though. That's kind of speculation. And we have actual gameplay of the T-22 SR here. So let's go over this tank a bit. In the description, if you guys want to check it out, I have a link to tanks.gg. It's basically just a comparison site. Well, not just a comparison site. It shows off a lot of different information about World of Tanks, but one of the things that you can do is compare tanks, and that's what I want to show you guys on here. So the link in the description if you want to check that out if you get bored of the gameplay here, but I'm sure you guys will be more interested in the gameplay. I won't talk too much about the gameplay because I want to talk about the comparison to the other Russian medium tanks. So while that's happening, the gameplay's happening, I'll be talking about the comparison so you can choose whatever image or video you want to view yourself. So here we go. In the comparison site, I have the T-22 SR, the T-62A, Object 907, Object 430, and the Object 140, all Tier 10 Russian medium tanks. And they're all pretty good tanks from what I know, but there are definitely some pretty big differences between the tank, especially with the T-22 SR. Just looking at the T-22 SR, I'm not sure if you guys can tell from the gameplay yet, but the front hull armor is definitely more so like that of the Russian heavy tank. It's a pike nose basically. And you look at any of the other Russian tier 10 mediums, they all have pretty much nothing like that. If you play the Russian mediums, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, they just don't have the pike nose like this tank does. And you'll see that helps a lot in the armor effectiveness once we get to that. But let's go ahead and get over to the firepower of the stats here. So one thing that the T-22 SR lacks is actually DPM. Comparing to the other tier 10 Russian mediums, the T-22 SR gets around 2700, just below 2700 DPM, while the rest of the guys get more than 3330, with the Object 430 and Object 907 standing out about 50 to 100 more DPM in total there. So that's something it definitely lacks in, but it makes up for it in a lot of other categories. And you'll see why as the game progresses here. This tank is actually being called one of the most OP tanks in the game at the moment. I haven't played it, and I don't really want to say if it's OP or not, so you guys can make the evaluation yourself. Some of you are more savvy when it comes to that, so the stats are available, so you can check it out for sure if you want to. Penetration damage, all the same across here. There is absolutely no difference in that. The rate of fire, which of course affects the DPM, as you would suspect, it is lower on the tank that you're seeing now because it has a lower DPM. It's going to have a lower rate of fire if it has the same damage. The rate of fire is 8.34, and then you compare that to the rest of the guys. The rest of the guys have about 9.5 up to 9.8. So it's lacking quite a lot when it comes to rate of fire. And reload time as well. The reload time is 7.19 seconds. You compare that to the rest of the guys who have around 6.3 seconds to 6.15 seconds for the Object 430. You'll see that these four guys, when I mean four guys, by the way, I'm talking about the T-62A, Object 907, Object 430, and the Object 140. These guys have very similar stats in terms of firepower, and it definitely separates itself from the T-22 SR. Moving on though to the weapon handling, this is something where this tank definitely does stand out and makes it quite good. The aim time is about a tenth of a second lower than all of the other ones next to it. When you compare it to the Object 430 and the Object 140, it's actually around 0.4 seconds less. And then for the Object 140 is about 0.2 seconds less. So definitely has a better aim time in comparison to the other guys. Accuracy is a good bit better too at 0.32, while the other guys are anywhere from 0.3 to 0.36. The more in-depth stats like dispersion, stuff like that, it beats them all in pretty much all of those, with the Object 430 specifically lacking behind quite a lot. So definitely in gun handling, it's beating pretty much all the other tier 10 Russian mediums, and that is quite good. You'll see in the gameplay here, you can look how small the reticule gets here when he aim bans, and he keep going back and forth, quickly aiming in, shooting, backing up. And you'll see how this ties into the movement in a second here. The movement is actually very good as well. Looking at the engine power, it has a 750 HP engine, comparing that to the 580 to 610 HP engine of the other guys. So very, very good HP in the engine there, comparing that to the other ones for sure, by quite a lot. So it's faster, it's got better movement overall comparing it to the other 4 Russian mediums. The armor and the health, the armor is actually quite a lot better. The effective armor is quite a lot better. When you look at it at paper, it's not going to look that different. The turret and hull armor are better on paper by a tiny bit, comparing it to some tanks. But when you compare it in terms of effective armor, it is a lot better, especially in the front and the hull, and specifically in the back and the turret. It's very, very well armored, but that's not on paper. That's an effective, which matters a lot more because it's effective and it actually matters. And overall, it's a very good tank, and it's actually being called one of the best tanks in the game. If it really is, I'm not sure. I haven't played it, like I said. I don't want to make too many assumptions here. It's got great armor. It's got a great gun handling, and that's really important too when you have good gun handling, because when you're fast Russian medium tank, if you're going around somewhere quickly, you need to get that shot off quickly as well, not getting around the opponent and flanking and then being stuck there aiming in forever and possibly getting tracked or something really horrendous for a medium tank to happen. But anyways, here is the gameplay itself. Quite a lot of damage here, 6,614 total damage there in the T-22 SR. A very good game from MisterCro. So congrats, Wargaming account, like I said. So this is all pre-released stuff, not released yet, I mean. So very good game, 95% class badge, awesome job, and also the high caliber. So there you guys have it. Hopefully enjoyed the video. All the comments will be appreciated. I'll read them all and reply to them the best I can. Like I said, the comparison is in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and good luck on the battlefield.